many people
yeah.
live there? Yeah. We're about probably 60,000 now.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's a lot
Biggest
to
small
be in
town.
your business.
It is for sure. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to see you. Glad to have you back. And welcome or newer to this call as well, too. Welcome to our Thriving Thursday. This is when we cover speaker training and we're going over all types of fun things because one thing that I learned from my mentor early on was he or she that holds the pen makes all the money. Who here wants to make all the money? Like literally and figuratively. You want to win, you want impact and everything. And I didn't know that speaking could be a skill. And it's absolutely something that you can learn. And the best way to learn it is through our business. I had the honor this last week in our church. We had this like um, business Christian course. It's almost like a MBA in like 6 months. Graduated there, and there's like the most amazing entrepreneurs, like seven-figure entrepreneurs, amazing people that are in this group. And they had an award for best presenter. And out of like 100 plus of these apprentices, I was very grateful to receive the award and was speaking for them earlier this week. And I only bring that up because when I shared my story, I told them, you might not believe this, but when I first got introduced to the concept of speaking, I was so shy I couldn't order food at a restaurant. And when people ask me, how'd you get good at presentation? It's because we're involved in this type of business. Because you're able to be around good information that you're just repeating constantly and getting better and better and better. Repetition is the mother of skills. And you're gonna suck at first a little bit, and then you're gonna suck less, and then you're gonna get mediocre, and then maybe good, and then one day, so great that you're someone like Pam Middleton who is gonna share with us some amazing secrets that you just can't do it wrong. Guys, you should have seen Pam. She was rocking it. We're gonna talk about two drop talks today. These are a product presentation talking about the drops, and we give a little bit about the business too. But gosh, Pam just absolutely did fantastic in this. And we're going to unpack some really practical tips on how to run an in-person drop talk. Now, you can utilize this in person, you can utilize this online, you can utilize this with other presentations. Jolene's here too. I'm going to pick on you as well too. But we had two incredible presentations that happened. We're going to have Mike Vu. We're going to have Sonny Yang. They did an amazing Sacramento one. And I hope that what you'll get today is to be inspired to do things that might seem difficult, do things that might seem scary. Okay. Who here is a little bit scared of speaking? Just a little bit. Raise your hand or put a me in the comments. And maybe some of you are like, nah, you're like Diane Odom. You're like, nah, I'll talk to anyone. It's great. So must be nice, but you're going to get a lot from today as well, too. But what I want to start with is this, and then we'll save the time for our amazing guests. In the warrior movement, and especially on these IPA calls, I just want to remind us, and I love that corporate is so aligned. And by the way, we've been talking with corporate since 6 a.m. this morning. Partner Co is exploding around the world, guys. We've had record-breaking growth. January, February, we're moving into March. John Wadsworth is out in Europe doing Connect events. Lucy West,
With 1,500 people. That's like
dang.
PXP
Oh
in
my
Italy
God.
that just happened. A Connect
Really?
event. Yep.
That's
That's
nuts.
why I'm like,
That's
we should go to Europe for PXP too.
that's
It's epic.
crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So they're crushing it. We were chatting with one of the top leaders there, Paolo Maucci, chairperson one now. They just in since January, they've had get this guy, 600 new ultimates join their team. Like that's huge. That's like a lot of sales volume, right? Lucy West is out in Japan, and they just had their Connect event as well too. Like so, all over the world. We're about to fly out tomorrow to Australia for the Australian Connect event. The home turf is doing fantastic, right? U.S., Canada, just everything's booming around the charts. But all of that is great because a rising tide raises all ships. But the most important thing that we need to do is for your business. Who here is here because you want your business to grow, right? It's great. I love that we're a part of winning team, but let's change it for you, is really focusing on the main income producing activities. And I just want to point our attention to this. I'm so grateful corporate is is putting this out there. This is in the Warrior Movement Facebook page. If you're North America, they're incentivizing us to do what we should be doing to get paid anyway. And they're giving everyone $100 of product credit if you complete this tracker I'm sharing with you here. There's also weekly raffles and stuff like that. But what is on this tracker is literally all we need to do. If you ever ask yourself this question, if you're like, man, I want to get paid more, I want to go for my next promotion, what do I need to do? This is all you need to do. Katie, you can absolutely print it for your own tracking. They will have a Google form to submit. They haven't shared that out there yet. But I would even take this and print it for yourself as well, too. It's a fillable PDF, too, if you're a digital person. And here's the baseline thing that we absolutely need to do minimum every day. Number one, post twice a day. Post something about the drops or business, and then post something about you. Okay? Who here believes that posting twice a day is not an outrageous ask to do? Especially because many times we give you, right? Yeah, we give you the post. It's like that gets your marketing out there, that brands you. It's been proven that if you post twice a day, and it even says just 5 days out of the 7 days of the week, Allison Britton can have a party with her amazing neighborhood because they're always partying, and she could still do this, you know? So posting twice a day. You can pre-schedule, absolutely. Right? Number two, here's a key one, and that's what today's all about. Have 5 prospects see a presentation. 1 a day if you're working Monday through Friday. Okay. See something about the product. That could be a drop talk. See something about the business. Right? That could be our machine link. That could be a live presentation. That could be, we had a Dr. Plant call that just happened this last week. Anything that can give your prospect more information, that is the most valuable thing that you can do to change your business and to change your life. So ask yourself this question, and we're going to, on each IPA call, we're just going to continue to talk about this because I'll just speak on behalf of me. I get lost, I get busy, I get distracted. Anyone else get distracted by life sometimes? And you're like, you, you're on your phone, and all of a sudden you're like, where did the time go? Well, I got to keep the main thing the main thing. And by the end of tomorrow, I'm like, I got to make sure I get 5 presentations, at least minimum, right? Part-time. And then also, fortune is in the follow-ups, 5 follow-ups. There's going to be people that saw the information, touch bases with them, and continue to answer questions. Okay. So that's like the basic essentials. And as top leaders, we masterminded around the sheet, and we were just like, you know what? This is it. I don't know. It's not sexy exactly, but building this month after month after month will build you a sexy life. Who here wants a sexy lifestyle? Travel where you want to do, not worry about debt, help out your kids and your grandkids, like being able to design your life. This is the main thing. This is on the Warrior Movement Facebook group page in the featured section. It's also in our boards on Warrior Movement under IPA trackers. Okay. So the question is, how do we get better at doing this? Because skills make labor better and easier. Well, if you want more presentations, then you want to pick up the presentation skill. That's exactly what Thriving Thursday is all about. So I want to go out there, and I'm going to first go over to Sacramento and talk to Sonny and Mike Vu, who led out and made a declaration to start up their first ever in-person drop talk. They had probably like 30 people live at their event, which was really good for a first event. And it was brilliant. Sonny, I'll go to you first, man. And guys, can we just thank Sonny for, he's always behind the scenes too, working, serving, collaborating. He's doing the Zooms all the time. But we're bringing him from behind the camera today to be in front of the camera. Sonny, I'm going to pull up this photo here. Tell us, have you ever done a presentation before? Like you've hosted something like this? Are you there? Oh, you're on mute right now. I can't hear you, Sonny. Oh, he is talking, unmuting something. Can you hear me, Sonny? I think he's talking to someone else. Not sure. He's getting there. He's closing a prospect. I think that's what it is. Yeah,
Okay.
there it is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Hold on 1 second.
No worries. So fancy. So fancy. Look at this.
All right. So yeah, I never done this before, and then it's like my first time. I never spoken like in front of people before either, and so like I was saying in the post, I was so nervous and my first time speaking that I even forgot to introduce my name. But yeah, this drop talk is like what you said. We just had to make a declaration where to do something because if we didn't, then nothing's gonna happen. So it's got to be up to us to do something. And then the way how things were aligning, because we had Destin, and then I didn't get to go, but Mike got to go. So I'm like, hey, Mike, I'm going to use your fire that you went to Destin, and then we can use that to trigger something down the road. And then after going to Pam their first drop time, that kind of lit us a fire too. I'm like, hey, we could totally do this. We had the experience over 15 years of network marketing, starting at a young age at 18 years old. And then, you know what? We could totally do this. So I was telling Mike, like, hey, we just got to find some venue and look through our networks because we do like a lot of community work too. So we just reach out to our networks of people to see if we could use like the venues to book like events at their space. And then that's how we kind of like went down that route to just like, okay, we're going to do this.
There we go. Absolutely. And we'll go into some details too, but you guys didn't just do the drop talk, and there's a lot of collaboration. Pam Middleton was there, and Adela Sanchez was there, and Joel and Matt were there. Stephen Middleton, like it was a lot. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? But even with that, question from your own prospects, both you and Mike, I'd love for you to share too. What are some of the results that you saw of bringing people to this drop talk?
For my side, I was able to get a lot of people more positive now, and then some of them are even like right now they're thinking about like joining the business because one of them is like a former brand partner, and then that didn't work out for them. So I'm like, hey, I know you support me. You're like one of my best friends too. So come out and check out my event and see how we run things differently this time. And then now he's like more positive about it. He's like on the fence. So I'm trying to give that little push to him. Like, hey, come join us. This is gonna be a lot of fun. We get to travel everywhere too. So I know, we have been traveling a lot together a lot lately too. So I'm like, I just kind of nudge him a little bit to get him more positive about it. So
there we go.
And products too were like I got maybe 2 drops sales volume from that too, from that event.
Who here would love at least 2 drop sales? Yeah, let's go, man. Congrats. Mike, how about you? What were your results like? You brought out quite a few prospects as well, and what happened there?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, man, just like Sonny too, I was quite nervous. I mean, it's been a while that I even done a talk in front of a crowd. And so, I mean, I'm over here, I'm like, I could barely see, I'm visually impaired, right? But I'm like, why am I so nervous doing all this stuff? But the biggest thing that I got was definitely I believe I invited like about over like 35 people.
Yeah.
But only like what 4 people showed up.
How many registered?
35 was confirmed registered.
35 registered and 4 showed up?
Yeah, 4 showed up.
Well, we need to debug that a little bit, but a stat's a stat. And here's one thing on that. I love what Jim Rohn said, because he said you make up in numbers what you lack in skill. I'm not saying Mike are lacking in skill or anything, but the key thing is you did the work. And I think this is something we need to talk about, because can I just be really raw with this team? I think social media is great sometimes, but sometimes social media paints that success is easy and rainbows and butterflies and it lands on your lap and people just come to you and fly. Guys, If network marketing, the second word in network is work.
Right.
Right? So if you believe in your dream, you're going to work as long as it takes, as much as it takes to be able to get the job done. So I love Mike, and we're going to reflect on how to even tune that to get even better. Is you did the work, and then you got people confirmed, and then the 4 came out, which was awesome. Now, from the 4 that came out, which is amazing, what were some of the results from those 4 that came out?
Um, so I brought out my sister and my brother-in-law, and the next day I followed up with him, and he ended up getting a 4-pack. And so he was going to get a 3-pack, and I told him that, hey, with just a few dollars more, you can get a 4-pack. And he was like, yeah, let me just get that then. And so, but
Oh,
we talked for like about a good 2 hours about where he wanted to be at and
mm,
how he wants to lead his family to better health. And
mm,
so so we were just talking, and I told him that, at the end of the day, our health starts with us first before we can impact anybody else.
there we go.
And so he was like, yeah, man, I'm down to do it with you. And I told him, like, let's get let's get our results, and let's I honestly, I want to like bring him out to like bigger events so that he can see the bigger picture as well too. And so,
Come on.
and then my other prospect that came out, I ended up sending her a link too. She asked for a link for the drop, so just waiting
Nice.
on her to when she's going to be purchasing it. And so, and then the third one, he was very positive. He wants to do the business and everything too.
Nice. There
And
we go.
so I just know that finances is a little rough with him, so we're
Hmm.
game planning on how we can like go about from that.
There we go.
And so because I
Yeah.
understand like a lot of people that can get started, because I started off with $1 when I first got into network marketing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, I'm over here. I'm like, I'm willing to like game plan with you to get creative to get you started as well too. And so
Love it. Love it.
just waiting on the day he's off work so that we can get him started. And so,
I
or talk,
love it.
strategize with him. And then
Yeah.
the fourth guy, he was positive too. He liked the Max 2.0.
There we go.
And so I'm gonna sample him some Max 2.0, and then he did have to leave a little early because he had to go to work.
Hmm.
So I'm going to get him on one of the drop talks to fill him back in
Good.
again.
Good, good, good. And what you hear here, first, congratulations, Mike. This is so awesome.
Thank you.
Is I hear heart and intention. The fortune is in the follow-ups. And some are going to buy right away and boom. But you hear Mike in his follow-up is continuing the relationship. And the presentation just gets the information out there so then you can continue to serve them, continue to connect as well too. Last question for now, Sonny Mike. Is that a one and done event or what's next for you guys?
Oh no, that's not going to be a one-hit wonder for us. We're going to keep it going. And then for now, what I heard that we're going to plan something for May 16th. So we're going to plan for that. And then, of course, we are going to do another drop talk, maybe by April.
Hmm.
And, and we're going to do a mini series of job talk too online. So we're going to start
Yeah.
incorporating that. And then Fran kind of inspired us to do that. So we're like, okay, we got to do that. What Fran is doing too. So the little mini series of the job talk can leave like the live in person. And if also before prior to that, for the job talk, we're just like I don't have a job, and Mike don't have a job either. So we were like kind of like struggling and trying to like fundraise to book the event. So we just used our passions and our hobbies to kind of like do a little fundraisers to able to book the event. So if people are like struggling and like don't have the means to like book an event, there's ways to do it. And then we're like, you know what? I don't have a job, Mike. So what can we do? Mike said, "Oh, I have my photography passion. We could like book some photo shoots and do a fundraise from there." And then we just use Chat GPT to bring us ideas of how to raise money for
Wow.
that event venue.
Wow. Something that Tony Robbins says is he says it's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness. And the reality is when you make a decision on your business, when you make a decision to do something, you do whatever it takes to get the job done. And that's what we hear from Mike and Sonny. Congratulations, guys. Can't wait to continue to hear the story as well. Fortune favors the bold, right? So some of us here, you need to start hosting something in your locality. You need to do something online. You need to go partner with something, go launch something. You need to go live on your Facebook. Like a way, the more bold we can be and be in front of the prospect, the better that it's going to be. And what you heard is it wasn't the necessarily the speakers that made the magic happen. It's Mike and Sonny being fired up and doing what they could do, that their people see that, they believe that, and then they jump on board. The reason why people get started is not because of the presentation, it's because of you. And if they believe that you believe in what you believe in, that's what leads to some really cool results. So well done. I love it. All right. I'm going to bring it over to Pam because we did that the first day on Saturday. And then the following day, Pam had already done a drop talk. What, maybe, Pam, when was your last one? Like a month ago? Something like that?
In April. I mean, not April, January.
January. And that was your
Mhm.
first one back then that you've hosted yourself, correct?
Ever. Yes.
Okay.
My first one ever. Yeah.
Awesome. And then you followed it up because it's not a one-hit wonder. And you said, let's go do another one. And this one, and this is just brand partners that were there or customers. How many people showed up at this event?
Over 57 or so. I was just trying to go back to the numbers and make sure that it was all proper. But there was some people that were signed up that were not under any of our teams. They just signed up through Partner Co. And because they were on the other IPA call with Todd and Brent, and they came, or they didn't show. So I don't want to keep that against like so much as our numbers. Yeah. But I want to share what this picture means. In this picture, there are 20. Oh, go back to my
I'm
picture.
going back.
That's important.
I got you.
I got you. This is 28 people that were there that have used the drops. And out of these 28 people, they represent 687 pounds lost. We just give them a big clap. So these are already droppers, and but they came to be supported. So a lot of these are brand partners. Yeah, but not all of them necessarily.
So cool. What are some of the results you've heard from just the event itself, whether it's in your team or others as well too?
Yeah, everybody loved it. They said that it was clear and concise. What they loved is the different people who spoke, who gave testimony. So can you imagine? Jolene and Matt were there. They both gave amazing testimonies, whether it's a business one or a product one. And look, Matt won the challenge, first place, a trip for two. That is so amazing, because you can say that now. Well, we had a winner there, the grand prize winner, a trip for two. And his story, everybody who spoke and shared one of their business or a product testimony, everyone, you can feel their heart. You felt it from deep down in your soul. People related to every single speaker. And that's what made a huge difference.
So good. And yeah, and they dropped it in the chat, or Sonny alluded to this, but this whole region now, because they're doing such cool things, they're slotting in May 16th, 2 months from now. There's going to be the first ever Northern California Super Saturday, which is a brand partner focus event, celebration, recognition, all these types of things. So they're already starting to put this together, which is so cool, right? So well done. Pam, I know you want to cover who here wants to hear some, like, it takes organization to pull something like this off, right? You don't just haphazardly get people together and like, all right, here it is. But one thing I love about Pam's events and the team that pulls them together is when you go there, it is meticulously organized. Like it feels like premium grade level, like you go there, it's like a well-oiled machine. And there's some really key details that you do that pull that off. So Pam, walk us through some of the main things you think are helpful, whether it's 5 people, 50 people, 500, but what are some things that are helpful?
Well, yeah, first I want to say I had no idea what I was doing. There was drop talks. They can be found in the boards. So that gave us a platform, and then we could change pictures and stuff around. But since I didn't know what I was doing, I called on experts. So Matt and Jolene, I collaborated with them. We're not on the same team, but we're here under Warrior Movement. But there's other people that are maybe under Todd or maybe under Brent. It doesn't matter who they are. I collaborated with people who knew this area. So a fun fact, in Northern California, depending upon how you divide it up, there's 12 to 16 million people who live in Northern Cal. So with that big pool, there's no one, even you, who's number one in the, who has been number one in the world for, a few weeks in a running, you haven't reached out to 16 million people. You're in SoCal. There are 23 to 27 million people in SoCal, and you have not touched them all. So there are people for every single one of us, no matter where you are. And just knowing that number is the impetus that said, we got to do this. We got to do. So I collaborated on this last one. There were 9 brand partners. Every single one of them brought people. That's how we made it to 104. I can talk about my personal stats, but
104 registered. So they did a registration sheet. 54 showed up. And by the way, if you want to know a stat, when you register, confirm X amount of people, typically it's 50% won't show up for whatever reason. Okay. Life happens. But if you know that that's the ratio, if you're below that, then we might need to tune up the skill, right? If we're above that, you're a superstar, but around 50%, this just happens. But yeah, keep on going, Pam.
Yes. So because there were so many of us that did it, to answer Tammy's question, yes, I have the list of every single person. Beautifully done. How did I get this beautiful list? Well, number one, in the boards, you can actually send, I don't know if you're going to pull it up, but the drop talk is there. Once you send the information, and there's a lot of posts you can use. But once you send out the presentation for your drop talk, and by that it's once you send it out, it comes back with a sheet that for you to actually register. So do you have the registration sheet and what that looks like, Sonny, pulled up already? Can you get to that quickly? If not, I'm just going to talk about it because it's all in the boards. If
you can go first because my connection got disconnected, so I'm only able to view it through my phone.
Okay.
So you made
it doesn't
a simple
matter.
Google form. It was a registration sheet. It just, what are some of the questions? And all of these, if you don't know how to do it, you can chat GPT it, Claude, whatever that you want. It's not a difficult sheet. What are some of the, what are you asking people to fill in with a registration sheet?
It's their name. It is their phone number or email, whichever one whichever one or both. And then if they're a brand partner or a guest, they can select one of those. And if they are a brand partner, we ask for the brand partner ID number. Why? Because we actually charged our brand partners $5 to attend the event. Why did we have to charge our brand partners? Because the venues we got in both instances, they were hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And so we wanted to help recoup our cost for the building itself so that no one had to pay too much. So we charged $5 for brand partners and guests were free. So one lady who's a brand partner, she invited over 20 or 30 people to the event. So it makes sense to charge that price, but the rest of them, but the guests are free. So when you fill out that form and put in that information, just that little bit, then it automatically goes to a spreadsheet. It types it all out. You're able to play around. So I had them all in first name order. Why did I want that? Because the people who were working my desk were one of our brand partners, her two teenage children. So I didn't want them to get confused. And then on the last column, it asks the question, if you're a brand partner or have been or a customer in the program, how much weight have you lost? So they filled in on that last column. And then these teenagers, they just handed us a little scrap of paper with all the total numbers on it. So that's how we got that picture of everybody. So I want to say, I didn't ever do this before in all the 9 years I've been with this business. I allowed other people, mostly James, to plan them, but we haven't had one in Northern California in a very long time. And because of those stats with all of those people that live here, I'm 100% positive you all, wherever you're called, wherever your state you're in, your hometown is not saturated with people. So it was important to say, I'm not trying to get all this, but with a team of people, we met with our team. I put it together a chat room. People were able to ask questions. We got on a call, all the presenters. We went through the slides briefly and we put their pictures in the slide where they wanted it so that we knew the order of how the people were going up. And so that was really helpful. We did a huddle when we got there and we did a prayer when we got there. So that it just helped to take us all from off an edge just to bring us back down into a reality check.
So good.
Yeah.
So success in a drop talk, if you're doing it in person, is you're setting it up, you make the decision, you set a target. Did you have a target of how many people you wanted at that event?
Yes, my target, yeah. So do it scared, right? You're never going to be comfortable. I am not telling any of you to go practice those slides. That was not the first thing. The first thing was making that decision. I don't care. I'm going to find people who are going to work with me, and we're going to have a team of eclectic people from all over, and we're going that live here that want to do it. And I just, a shout out to Peter. He's such a big help. He helped us a lot to keep us on track. Tell me when I was getting out of, pulling my reins. And it made a big difference to make sure we covered everything. Just from the people that I talked about, the people who presented, we're the ones who brought snacks. We made them very simple. We didn't make elaborate food. We did the first time, but not so much the second time. And I would not recommend. I would tell you to kiss it. Keep it simple, silly. Like just keep it so simple you can't make a mistake.
But
And
did you have a
everybody.
goal how many people you wanted to bring?
Well, the first one, since we had 50 that were registered, but that didn't come,
Mhm.
this goal was our goal was 100.
So
to
you did
reach
set a
100
goal for 100.
We set a goal for
So
100
this is
people registered.
important because when you set a target, you make a decision. It doesn't have to be 100, but whatever that it is, make a target that is bigger than, I mean, you can do it for one, but if you're going to put something together, I'd recommend at least like 10, 20, like get a group together because it definitely does change the feel of that. And in person, I challenge people, do like 50. Get people, 50 people registered. It's a 25, 30 are going to show up. So you guys did exactly that. Pam, you mentioned what also happened. I think what builds success in any type of event promotion is accountability. So Peter Ho and everyone was in that chat room, but I know Peter was tracking the numbers like, hey guys, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. And then you guys are just driving there together and you ended up at how many again registered?
104.
104. Is that is not by happenstance. That's by design,
No,
right?
no.
And that's how the success happened there. Last thing for now, Pam. So now that you've done a couple of drop talks, you've organized them, you know how to plan them, you're running them, you have a little bit of raffles, you have some fun snacks, like it's fun. Um, what do you think one key difference maker in the results of it in the results of a drop talk are that maybe you weren't thinking about in the beginning, like a key detail that's been successful?
Number one, live music. You have to get the people pumped. We can't just all be sitting around. So that was really helpful. My husband was on top of it. And a fun fact you may not know, he used to be a DJ. And so we let him pump up the room. We let him interject. And anybody that was there, he promised them a car, or I don't know how that car came, but he got a car that he's going to be bringing next time. Hint, hint, it's probably this big, but he's going to raffle off that car. So that was super fun. But he got up and interjected, and he blew his whistle. Yeah, he's a referee for basketball. So he brought his whistle and he blew it, and it really got everyone's attention. So keep it moving. Start and stop when you say you will. Keep it short. Your presentation should be down to 3 minutes per person. And it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. None of us are speakers. So we all really try to practice our segments. And then, like, from Saturday to Sunday, we all cut our time even more. But don't let the people control you. You control the event. You said it's going to start at this time. Start it at that time. If they're not there, oh well, too bad, so sad. We'll follow up with them later. That just gives us more to follow up. And the event shouldn't be more than an hour. We would love to get it down to 30 minutes eventually, but everybody's story was so impactful. We weren't going to take a cane and pull them off the stage, but everyone is going to practice, and all of us, including me, we all want to make our stories shorter. So I'm not pointing out anybody. Every single one of us could probably take off a few more minutes from our talk, and it's still going to be just as impactful.
Powerful. Sonny, got a point?
Yeah, I also wanted to add that for our initial goal for our event was 50 register, and then to get you out, of course, to NorCal to speak for us. And then, like, the last week before the event, we're like around, I want to say 37, and we're getting there. So right on that week of the last week of the event, I'm like, hey, we got up to 43. I'm like, oh shoot, we're so close to it already. I might as well start asking some more people, and then we finished 50 quota on Thursday. Thursday training at this time, actually. And then I gave James that notice, like, hey, we hit our quota, so you're gonna speak for us now. So that was our motivation to hit the quota, to make you come out and speak for us. So that was like a little motivation.
Let's go. Congrats, man. Absolutely. I'll throw that challenge to anybody as well. And it doesn't have to be. There's so many amazing, you don't need me in the presentation, but if you want me, I'm down. I give a challenge that if you can get 50 people registered in an area, and let's go figure it out. I'd love to go support. I'd love to go collaborate, but there's many people that can absolutely do that. Pam?
I just want to say I'm open to help any of you to sort through it. But I'm going to tell you, post in both IPA groups, because you never know who in the other group who you have in your neighborhood. We don't know that. So maybe even doing a Facebook post or, yeah, I'm not sure, James, how you would do that, but we want to know the partner co people in our area so we can make sure to include them. Many people say there's no one in the business in our area, but there are. We just don't know who they are. We don't know how to find them. Is there a solution to that? How to find the people?
If you build it, people come. People start to know about it. Yeah, you can post in a partner code nation, for example. That's a good place as well too. Yeah. Katie, you had a question?
Well, I was just going to say, I went to a drop talk that Sherry Key did just like 20 minutes from my house. And I met the girls from Millionaire Mentorship and Brent Palmer, and you guys said, hey, exchange numbers, get to meet each other. And from one of our breakout sessions, they said, oh, you're in Daytona, come to our meeting. And I tried to bring some people. That didn't work out. And they actually had another drop talk Saturday, another 20 minutes for me. So my, and I'm going to go and say this publicly, we're getting ready to move. And the place where I'm moving to has a free clubhouse. So I don't have to pay for anything. It has a pull down screen, huge area meeting room. It'd be perfect for a meeting. So let me get situated and I'll keep y'all posted. But yeah, I'm gonna do one.
Let's go.
I'm
Come on.
gonna do it. I'm gonna do virtual first. I need practice there.
Absolutely.
So
And would
And that's a
recommend
great way to start. Yeah.
yeah.
I
exactly.
recommend that to anybody. If you say you don't have, don't worry. Pick your date and time. It takes just make that decision and then go for it. Like you have to do something. If you keep waiting to find the people and then do, like you're just going to keep going in a loop and it's not going to help you get where you want to go.
Yeah, I completely agree. Start virtual. Like that's a great place to start. You get practice in, you build towards the next event, and then eventually it builds into more and more and more. So wherever it is that you find yourself in, that next action, maybe that's doing your launch post, maybe that's posting twice a day, maybe that's just intentionally inviting so you get 5 prospects to look at something every week. Maybe that's doing an online drop talk. Maybe that's collaborating with some partners and doing something together online. Maybe that's doing an in-person thing. Maybe that's booking out the clubhouse like Katie's doing, and she's going to give us a date and a time very soon, and that's going to get done, right? So whatever that is, go for that, and it'll absolutely bless you. Last word for Jolene, because you and Matt were our Maui Challenge winners, but also before you were winners, you both delivered incredible testimonials on both of these drop talks. Any other notes that you saw from the drop talk that made it successful as well?
I would just say, like everybody said, just do it scared. I know from Matt and I, our very first time, we both kind of went in cold turkey going, we got this, we don't need notes. And then we were like, no, we need notes. So we made sure like we had our notes. We knew what we wanted to hit, what bullet points. And I will say on Matt's behalf, because he's at work, and he took your advice, James. Like he asked, hey, how could I make this better? And then literally that night went home and redid it to make it better. So again, it's do it scared, I think is probably the biggest theme. And then don't be like, I know our things look like big and huge events, but we had a lot of brand partners, right? There's something to be said about your living room and that belly to belly, that, small intimate gathering. Cause that's how I started. I used to do health and hope nights, same type of concept. You gather people together, you give them some information, show them a presentation, but mine was in my living room because that's where I was comfortable. So I just say find your comfy space and bring some people in, start with some friends, that's the best way to kind of start, and then expand and grow and get out of your comfort zone.
There it is. Great notes, guys. You know what we have? Our message is so good. If you just get in front of someone, you'd be surprised what the outcome's going to be. So we got to do our job, which is share the seed. And then from there, we're going to go. So guys, thank you so much. Who here got at least one nugget today? Put a 1 in the comments, right? Take action, whatever that is. And reminder, I hope you're just getting sharper and sharper and sharper. These IPA calls, we've solidified our formats of them. Join us back tomorrow morning, and we're going to be doing celebration. I'm co-hosting with the one, the only queen of Bentonville herself, Allison Britton. And we're going to be recognizing you. We're going to be talking about a follow-up. We're going to talk about it, end the week strong, and just really highlight some incredible stories and everything. So with that, thank you, everybody. Great call, great nuggets. Let's go out there, continue to share our amazing message. Feel free to mute yourself. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Thank you. It was great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Guys,
great call.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Have a good night. Great night.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Sandy.
everybody.
Thank you, Mike.
Bye.
Have a blessed